I'm gonna do an Excel template for that, but let's think about it. As you can see, that forward rate that should clear the market is higher than both 3-month and 6-month rate. Why? Because the 6-month rate, if you think about it, it has a applies at the same rate at the first 3 months and the second 3 months. But the market for the first 3 months is much lower. In this case, the short-term yield curve is upward sloping. So when longer-term yield is higher than shorter-term yield, forward rates are higher than both. If the short-term yield is higher than the long-term yield, forward rate is actually going to be lower. Okay? You may see that in Treasury bills, I think. This was based on, Bloomberg short-term yields, which are related to banks. Let's see. Not BC, CNBC. Let me make them bigger. You guys can see it now. The 3-month yield is 548.2. 6-month yield is 553.1. Okay, that's also higher. And typically that means market is actually expecting the shorter term yields to be higher in the future. Whether or not they will be, that's a different issue. But that's what market is betting on. And forward markets basically tell us what the implied rate differential is. On the other hand, look at the 1 year, 543. So if we did a 6-month FRA 6 months from now, that 6-month FRA is going to be lower than both 543 and 553, which I'm going to do next anyway. So let's get, come on, let me get my seeker, because I'm going to do it using Solver. I don't have to, but it's a lot easier. So let me create a copy of this. Let me see. Okay. One more. Short term, long term, and I'm gonna do this if this option is checked. It's going to be years. Otherwise, it's going to be months. Sometimes, you do it based on a 2-year forward rate that starts 3 years from now. Okay. So for the short-term stuff, we typically use months. Come on. For longer term stuff, we use years. But since I'm going to do months, let's enter our short term 6 months, long term 12 months, forward term 6 months. In fact, I'm going to actually calculate that from here. Let me make that into a pink. Actually, let's go ahead and enter it by number, even though we can calculate it. And if this is too small, that's why I like using the secret template. Okay, in terms of inputs, for now, what was the short rate? 6-month rate is 5.53.1. 12-month rate was 5.43.6. And for now, I'm going to put an arbitrary 5% for the forward rate. Let's make these into okay. So I'm going to here put a formula that's going to be the difference between cost of borrowing using option 1 versus option 2. Okay. I won't do the year part for now. I'll just do the month part. Option 1. We could also do it here. Let me also put another one. Even though nothing matters in terms of calculation. Option 1, cost. Let's find out how much we need to borrow first. We're going to borrow $1 million divided, or present value of $1 million. 1 plus the short-term rate. Okay. Since I'm doing this using monthly convention, I'm going to multiply that with, your short-term rate. Multiply that with the short-term months, divided by 12. Okay. That's how much I need to borrow. But I'm going to pay back 1 plus the long-term rate times long-term divided by 12. So total payment at the end of 12 months in this example is going to be 1,025,000, blah, blah. Okay. And I'm going to deduct the notional from that. So total cost of that is monthly using option 1. Option number 3 cost Take that notional. I know exactly how much interest I'm going to pay. Take the forward rate, multiply it with forward term divided by 12. In fact, to make my life easy, if it's not monthly, I'm going to take notional amount. In fact, to make it easy on myself, because I want to see whether I'm making a mistake or not. Let's see, 1 year forward, 5-year rate. Or let's make it 5-year forward, 1-year rate. You're going to get the money 5 years from now, but you're going to borrow it for 1 year. Either way, the same argument applies. Take the notional. Now I'm going to view these as compound rates raised to the power that many years. Oh, I'm sorry, I need to divide. So in this case, I would have to borrow